Hi, Jalen Meyer Gomez. First of all, congratulations for being here again. And this is kind of an off question, but being that you have, and I know you've been asked about this before, but just the empowerment of women through your marketing team, your staff, your agents, and now all of the opportunities that women have, just around the country when it comes to sports. How important is it for you to continue to support women?
Well, it's something that happened very organically, and really was just seeking out for the best, and that's how it happened. And I have a lot of confidence in my team and everyone that supports me. Everyone pushed their best foot forward. They do a great job of being intentional. And honestly, for me, it's an eye that I don't have that I'm able to lean on in certain situations, and so that's something I value heavily.
Hi, Jalen. Let's see over here. So when you were asked about the Kendrick and Drake beef, you said you have an old soul and you like Frankie Beverly. So I was curious, what kind of other music do you listen to during pregame? Yeah, how does that old soul kind of come out in other parts of your personality?
Yeah, I think music is a great way of expression, and I think just specifically to Frankie Beverly, I've always had a special connection with him, been able to meet him before I came to the NFL, and him passing this year and getting close with his family. But I always have a special space in my heart for sure.
On the right in the front.
Hi, good morning, Jalen. What would be your main motivation by winning this Super Bowl? I've noticed that you guys have less penalties than the 2022. You have a more disciplined team. Do you think, in this sense, this team is better than 2 years ago? And what did you learn about that loss in the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, I've always said that every team is different, and I think personally and individually for all the guys on the team, every year requires a different version of that player. And for us, we've got a ton of different players on our team. We've got a lot of young players starring and playing pivotal roles and everything. And so you just have to navigate that and find your way as a team for that year. And so we've been able to play disciplined ball. We've been able to play ball and be on the same page and find ways to win. And we're just looking forward to doing that one more time.
In the back right.
Jalen, over here. Jalen, a lot of players said that this year's team is far more connected than last year and even the team that went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. What have you seen in terms of that connection, and why is that so important?
Well, I say to that, I think a big part of it has to do with the Georgia background on defense. And I think that starts with Kobe Dean and all those guys that were able to play ball in college together and bring their ways to the league. And so I think that has a big impact on our culture, on defense, how they play, how together they are. And then I think that kind of seeps through the team in many ways.
Hi, Jalen.
How you doing?
I'm glad to see you back in the big game. I talked to Chris Jones earlier, and obviously he's the anchor of that Chiefs defense. And, of course, you're familiar with Steve Spagnuolo. Saw him a couple of years ago. How much respect do you actually have for that Chiefs defense, knowing full well that Steve Spagnuolo is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, and Chris Jones and that rest of that defense? Because this is a good group, and I'm sure you've probably got to be poised for this challenge.
Yeah, well, it's a great team that's been doing it for a good minute now, and led by him, Coach Spags. He's a great coach, pushes players in great positions to make plays, and everybody plays hard. So you can tell that they got a good thing going. They've been having a good thing going, been able to evolve over the years and still find ways to win and be efficient on defense. So it'll be a great challenge.
Military factor from a couple of years ago will make it a little bit easier for you to prepare for this time around.
No, I think competitively everything changes and evolves as it goes, and so you got to reassess it from where you are in that moment.
Okay, also on the left.
Hi, Jalen. Dr. Grossinger, Philly, Sports Doc, great to speak to you.
Same here.
As a guy who's been doing this for 30 years, I just marvel at the way you recover from any injuries. That you tweaked your knee in the Rams game, you wore a brace, and then you just threw it away. And it seems like this year you've been running much better. You're much healthier this year. How do you recover so quickly?
I don't know. I guess some people got it and some people don't. It come with a lot of other things as well. But I think that it's a process that goes into everything. How you eat, how you prepare, the time you put into certain areas of sleep, recovery, And there's so many different things that you can try and get 1% better at to try and help you recover, try and help you improve. And I think some of it is, too, the wisdom that you learn as you play the game and as you mature throughout your career. You know, you try and manage certain things while you play. And so been able to get to this point, you know, this is what you play for. You play for opportunities like this and moments like this. And it'll be good to leave it all out there on the field.
Get back right in the white.
Jalen, Nick talked about the night before the last Super Bowl a couple of years ago where he let a bunch of players talk, and it was a pretty emotional one. What do you recall about that, and just how different is the night before a Super Bowl when you prepare compared to a regular game?
Well, I think it was emotional because Jason Kelsey kind of stole the show with it. He's always great when he speaks. And I think, you know, it's an opportunity for everyone to say where they are, what motivates them in a sense, and how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah, Mike Jones, Athletic. Last time you and Patrick made history as the two first black quarterbacks to be in the game together. Not much mention of it now. Does it still carry any significance? And is there anything that the plight of the black quarterback can teach the NFL when it comes to coaches and GMs whose numbers are still kind of sparse?
Yeah, well, it's not mentioned as much now. And it's history again. You know, it's funny to see that it's the two of us again doing it. But nonetheless, you know, just embracing the opportunity, embracing that stage, and knowing that torch you carry for all those. I literally just got a text from someone that is a quarterback, aspiring quarterback in the professionals, talking about just leading the way and paving the way for the young black kings coming up, and that means a lot, you know, because I know everybody's always watching. But from to your second part of your question, just thinking about leadership, thinking about those abilities and being able to lead a group of men, that was something that, you know, many people didn't think that a person like myself was capable of, especially as time has evolved. And I think there are certain barriers that you still try and overcome. But, you know, it's a blessing. It's an opportunity that I don't take for granted. And, you know, you do it for moments like this.
Jalen, you've been with the Eagles for 5 seasons now. During your time in the city of Philadelphia, what have you come to love about the city of Philly?
I think the passion oozes out, you know. The passion oozes out. And then I play the game that I love here. You know, I didn't know where the journey would lead me. I didn't know where I'd end up playing, but definitely couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
Go Martin on the right.
Hi, Jalen. Obviously, in your college and NFL experience, you've had many different play callers. I know you've talked about it quite a bit, but what is the hardest thing about adjusting to a new play caller, and how long did it take before you kind of felt comfortable this year with Kellen and his system?
Yeah, my approach in any change is to approach it and be diligent with it. Be diligent. Have open arms, have an open mind, and take in the coaching that I can, take in the new ideas that I can, so I can try and further develop myself. And ultimately, I'm taking all these things in so I can find ways to win and lead the team to victories. But you know, I think knowledge is everything, and all of the coaches that I've been able to learn from have brought great things to me. And so, you know, however things go, my mentality is going to always be to be a sponge, you know, and take in what I can so I can improve and help the people around me improve as well and win.
Go front.
Hey, Jalen. In the tunnel right before the game on Sunday, what's one piece of advice? What's going to be the main thing on your mind in the tunnel right before you run out on Sunday?
Just take it a play at a time.
Okay. And then on the left in the blue.
Jalen, obviously lower body strength has played a big role in you being so successful with the tush push. There's a lot of rumors out there. How much are you really kind of squatting, and how much are you deadlifting? What are kind of your numbers these days for those?
Yeah, some things are kind of just there. You know, some things are just there. So I don't put myself in those positions as much as I used to. But it's obviously still there.
Hey, Jalen, I know you're not very stats-driven, but personal legacy, is that something that drives you?
Winning is what drives me.
Nothing more than that?
No.
Jalen back here. This is your second Super Bowl, and you have a lot of other teammates that this is their first Super Bowl. Do you have any sort of like special, message to them or anything in the locker room that you tell them to kind of help ease those nerves, if there are any?
Yeah, I just encourage everyone to stick to the routine, stick to the script of what they've been doing to get to this point. You want to try and treat it just as you treated every other game, every other moment, and it's kind of the approach. There's a lot of wind around you. There's a lot of external things that really don't matter in the sense of what we come here to accomplish. So just keep the main thing the main thing.
Hi, Jalen. Playing for Alabama and Oklahoma with right here. Playing for Alabama and Oklahoma with Coach Saban and Riley, what has led to your success to being at your second Super Bowl?
Well, in relation to those guys, man, coming in and being able to learn, just learn. I went to Alabama because there was something about the process that just got me, and how Coach Saban was. And over time, I began to realize I was more like him than many people realized. And it was just a great experience of development, maturity, and adversity. And all of those different things. And I think going to Oklahoma, it was opening this new door of seeing football a different way and being with Coach Riley and seeing coaching and success look a totally different way, but yet still find yourself in great territory. And so very fortunate for those experiences of my career. It's gave me a ton of value, and it's helped me get where I am today for sure in all aspects.
We have time for two more, so we'll start in the back here.
Hey, Jalen, have you went back and watched the tape of the last Super Bowl? And if so, what would you like to change going into this one?
I'd like to win the game. Like to win the game.
Hi, Jalen. You were talking about preparation. How has the preparation changed for the Super Bowl different from the other one you haven't?
Yeah. Well, you want to treat them all the same. You want to treat them all the same. Not just, every game is a big game, so we got another opportunity to do it. And we work very hard for this moment and to be the last man standing. And so we just want to put our best foot forward. We got another opportunity to get better at practice today and just take advantage of it and keep stacking. Keep stacking.